Alright, it's Saturday, the weekend after Auto Fair, but it is the weekend of Hurricane Florence. And she's making her debut here. Not really bothering us too bad. Sometimes it's a little windy, a little rain. So far not too bad. We'll see. You hear all week how horrible it's going to be. I don't know. Seems to me hype things up so much that maybe if something ever really is bad, nobody will believe it. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm thankful so far. Not too bad here. I think what I'm going to do today is clean up a little bit. I'm going to cover this thing up with a tarp real good. Wheel it outside, and I'm going to pull the GMC in. I got some stuff I need to do to it. A couple nights this week I had to tear it apart. Little Miss been driving it, and she couldn't shut the engine off. The ignition switch was stuck in the on position. So she did what I told her and unplugged the wire from the distributor and unhooked the battery to shut it off. Luckily it happened here. So I tear the steering column all apart and fix that. But it's done. So let me clean up. And we'll see what flow brings us over the weekend. Wow, the place looks full now, don't it? Oh, it's just a Dodge. Nothing special. Just a Dodge. Alright, the plan today is going to be, since it's Hurricane Florence, I push the 6-cylinder outside. I probably need to back this up just a little bit for a little more space. And I went ahead and spent the money. I bought a new seat cover, new carpet. I've got to permanently attach that since I ain't done it yet. And I've got to redo how I did the speakers up here. I'm going to install a new stereo. I'm going to install some boom boom and put a different amp in it. Which is kind of a tall order for a day, but let me see if I can get her done. Alright, there's most of the parts I'm going to put in it. Got a new carpet. Look at there, made in the USA. Sometimes you got to be careful you see that flag. It'll say, designed in the USA. Got some subs that's going to go in that box yonder. And an amp and a stereo. I think it's custom auto sound, but when I get it out I'll show you. It's an awful expensive thing. Made in China. But supposedly it's got a big enough amp. It should jive with the speakers I have. So I don't need a separate amp for the speakers other than for the boom boom. You know, I gotta be cool. When little Miss gets around, I let her sleep in. You know, teenagers for some reason sleep and sleep and sleep. I remember those days. So I'm having compassion. I let her sleep in about 10 o'clock. Now she's got to get up and come help. So she's bringing the carpet up. I mean, seat cover. And while she's doing that, I'm going to take the seat out. That'll be my first order of business. Alright, we've unbolted the seat. And little Miss is going to help me get it out. And then we're going to see what we're up against after that. Right?
Yep.
You're not picking your nose, are you?
No.
Okay. Gross, girl. I wonder if it smells bad in there. It's an old pair of socks. Anyway, here's the new seat cover. Looks like a pretty darn nice match. I'm kind of excited about that. Anyway, I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to continue disassembly. Right, girl?
Yep.
Alright, we pulled the carpet out. Look at that. I don't know when I last seen the inside of a truck look so nice. There ain't no rust. Even the factory insulation's still intact. Except for a little hole. There was a hole in the carpet right there. So I'm going to patch that up. And the little Miss is going to vacuum. And now I'm going to tear the dash apart one more time. One of these days I'm going to get in the 90s and get a remote for my stereo so I can just, instead of walking all the way over there every time I turn the camera on, because I'm not supposed to have no music. You can see here we removed the top from the bottom, and she's undoing the hog reins. That's what they're called, hog reins. And I got a fit of sneezing for some reason. It's fun, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's satisfying, isn't it? Mm. Huh?
I don't really know.
Look at what she done. Look how nice that cushion is. Look at that. Just like that. Mama came up. Now daughter's gone. They're off in a dither. Something about seashells and a craft. I know one thing. You can't drive no seashells or crafts. Alright, surprisingly, this seat has been recovered one time before. At least one time. It's been patched up here a little bit. That's okay. Still in overall pretty good shape. So I think what I'm going to do is see if I can find a little bit of this stuff somewhere. Take that off, put on new. Hand motions always help everybody understand better. And the little guy just cooked himself a little fish in the rain.
My first time ever cooking fish.
It's pretty tasty too. Alright, we cut apart the old seat cover and salvaged some foam and glued it down. So we might round the corners on that a little bit. But I think we're going to be okay. We can start recovering. But I think it'd be nice if it was hot. Kinda nice, because we could lay the seat cover out in the sun and let it get nice and flexy. But we're going to go for it anyways. I think though, before I get into the seat, I'm going to science out this stereo. Is that okay with you?
Yep.
Good thing you don't weigh 300 pounds. They're up the hood, cleaning the windshield. It's a good thing this ain't a show truck. Alright. Here I am trying to figure out this radio. This is the radio. Some assembly required. I ain't read that and I'm not going to. Alright, a fair amount of time has passed since I turned this camera on, but we've gotten a fair amount done, right girl?
Yes sir.
And what we've done is accumulated a bunch of parts on the hood. We tried to weld something that didn't work out. We pulled the old carpet out. Did I video that? I think so. We, here, let me pass here, girl. I need a bigger shot. We've got the new stereo in, all wired up. We took the old amp out. We rewired the speakers and everything. What else did we do? Well, some other stuff. And I put the new speakers in the box here. Superman box. And we're going to set that in there. We're going to let the carpet kind of lay down, and then I think we're going to recover the seat. We're making headway. Ain't it great?
Yep.
Alright, and then we got to figure out how to do the dash thing. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're making a mess, but we're getting there. Oh, since it's Hurricane Florence going on, I thought I'd give you an update here. Let me get outside. As you can see, it's not too bad yet, and this is well into Saturday afternoon. So, they say the worst of it will be tonight. We shall see. So far, not too bad where I'm at. Not the discount where it really is bad out east. Thinking about those folks. Kind of silly to give you an update anyways. You're not going to see it for a while. It's going to be done. It's going to be history. Anyway. There's your update. Alright, we're still making headway. The little girl over here wants to know, can I drive it pretty soon? Well, we're working at it. It's like 4:30 now. I'm getting tired and hungry. And she wants me to cook something really good too.
Fajitas.
So I got that to do. You know, a man's work is never done. Works, works on this stuff, and then cooks sometimes.
Most of the time.
Sometimes. Alright. You know what they say, don't you? If you ain't gonna be good looking, you gotta be handy. We're so proud of what we did, we're gonna show you. Ain't that nice? Don't that nice? What's this? Whoa. Whoa. Alright. Now, before we can put that in, we got to finish the carpet installation and put the amp in. I think I'm going to put the amp over this truck protected by Redneck Restoration's theft deterrent system. I think I'm going to put the amp right there, is what I think. I think it'll clear the seat. Alright, I got it working. As you know, I can't play any music on YouTube or it'll be bad for me. So, you just have to trust me. But them speakers... If you go on Instagram, I'll put up a little video with some Johnny Cash. This stereo's leaps and bounds better than what I had in there. I don't know if it's $350 worth. Where it's all complicated, where you got to put it all together and everything. But you don't have to have an amp with that radio. It's enough to power the speakers without the amp. And you can just have a 1 amp. That's a mono amp for the subs, and that sounds pretty darn good. With kicker. Oh, you can't see them. Kicker speakers. They're not very big ones neither. Just factory size. Sounds pretty darn good. Alright. Oh, Florence is getting us a little bit now. It's just starting to get a little windy. And a little more rain. They say this is the worst part, just getting ready to hit us. So, we'll see what happens. You can see the trees rustling around a little bit, and I'm making her stand out in the rain.
Yeah.
Hey, the video is what's important. You want to come in?
Yes, please.
Or you want to hear this awesome stereo in the truck?
I do, actually.
I don't know if it's as awesome as it costs, but it's pretty wild. Alright, here we go. She's in there, crouched in there. She's been sitting in there just grinning like a mule eating briars. Alright, we've been testing the stereo. So far, so good. And since the little man ain't here, you want to ring the bell? Alright, that's it, folks. It's raining. It's pretty good out there now. So I'm going to dash to the house and cook. What you doing, girl?
Sweeping the floor.
How come?
Because it's dirty.
How'd you like the race last night?
It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Alright. Get that cleaned up and then we'll pull that old 66 in here.